If you've lifted your 2003 or newer 4Runner and need to upgrade your upper control arms, these Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms for 2 to 4 inches of lift will be a great solution. Now, when adding a lift kit, you're changing up a ton of different suspension angles that can cause some extra wear and tear on stock components that aren't necessarily made for that added height. Now, this set will be great for the 4Runner owner who needs to do that extra maintenance to their factory arms from that extra lifted wear and tear, and want a set that's going to accommodate for that added angle. Now, these are even going to be great as a preventative measure to add on to any 2 to 4 inch lift kit that you're looking to get for your 4Runner for reduced wear and better drivability. Now, these will feature a corrected angle specific to 2 to 4 inches of lift to flatten out that angle and help when it comes to stability and handling on the front end for a more comfortable and very controlled driving experience. Now, in addition to the benefits that I mentioned, that angle is going to also help out when it comes to alignment and getting more even tread wear out of your tires. These will also have a direct fit with provisions for your ABS and brake lines, so you don't have to worry about any modification when it comes to installing these. These will have a 1.5 inch steel tube construction with reinforced gusseting to be able to take some abuse on and off road. You'll see 2 gussets on the back mounting points as well as one small one up at the ball joint. Now, the steel will also be covered in a black powder coat finish to protect it from any rusting, keeping these looking new and functioning as new down the line. Now, each of these will also come with a durable OE style pre-greased ball joint and hardened rubber bushings to last through those tough conditions again. Now, this is also going to come with all of the hardware that you need right out of the box, including new castle nuts, new cotter pins, and new hardware for your brake lines, making this very straightforward and including everything that you need when it comes to installation. Now, getting into price, these are going to be generally affordable compared to other super high performance options at roughly $425. Now, comparing these to those other choices available on the page, these are going to keep it relatively straightforward when it comes to the design and the build, which I personally really like. Now, they have a tough construction and are more of that OE style option that will work with that 2 to 4 inch range rather than getting very technical with a bunch of adjustability and added features. Now, I think if you don't want to get too complicated, but you still want to keep it affordable and get a lot of quality out of a set that's going to work great for your 4Runner, then these are going to be a great choice. When it comes to install, these will get a 3 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours to get the job done with the correct tools and setup. Now, at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get these onto your 4Runner at home. So that is going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need a bungee cord, a pry bar, an impact, 10, 12, 17, and 19 millimeter sockets, needle nose pliers, clip removal tool, 19 millimeter ratchet wrench and 19 millimeter wrench, a ball peen hammer and or a ball joint service tool. Also not shown here is a jack and jack stands. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some upper control arms on our 4Runner. Now, before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to remove your factory ones. Now, although the video we're going to show you is on a factory setup instead of the lift kit that we have installed already here, it is going to be the exact same process as what you're going to see. So we'll send you to watch that video and we'll see you when you get back.
So our first step is to remove our 2 covers that are blocking our access to our upper control arm bolt. So we'll grab a clip remover tool and pop out all these clips. And now we can do that same thing for our other one. Next, we can remove our brake line bracket on our upper control arm. So we'll grab a 10 millimeter socket to take that out. Next, we can disconnect our upper control arm ball joint. We'll take a pair of needle nose pliers to remove our cotter pin. Now, I've sprayed our nut down with a little bit of penetrating lubricant just to help us out a little bit. And then we'll take our 19 millimeter socket to loosen this up. Now, with that still threaded on a little bit, we can strike the side of the knuckle to break our ball joint free. So now with our upper ball joint broken free from our knuckle, we can pull down on our upper control arm to finish removing that nut. Next, we can remove our upper control arm bolt. So we have a 19mm bolt and nut. So I'm grabbing a 19mm wrench on our bolt side and a 19mm ratcheting wrench on our nut side. And now with our nut and washer removed from one side, we can work on sliding our bolt out. Now once we have our upper control arm removed on one side, we can do that same thing on the other side.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've shown you how to remove your factory control arm, we're ready to go ahead and install our new control arm. Now again, as we mentioned, this is for a 2 to 4 inch lift kit, which our 4Runner here has. So if you already have a lift kit on and you're looking for something more beefy, this would be the proper application. It's not really meant for stock setup, so since ours already has this lift kit, we can go ahead and put this on. So we'll go ahead and get our control arm up here. And we're gonna fish our factory mounting bolt back up into this area here first. And then we'll line our control arm up. Now you wanna watch out that line there again. And go ahead and fish that back through. Get it lined up on both sides. Make sure it doesn't get caught in anything back here. There are some lines and hoses, just got to be mindful of. And once you get that through, make sure it's lined up with the other side. Slide that through. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall our washer along with our factory mounting nut. Then we're going to go ahead and use a 19mm ratcheting wrench along with a 19mm wrench to snug this back down, just to a point where it'll sit on its own. We're not going to fully tighten it yet. And for that, we'll simply hold it up like this. Just to this point here, where as you can see, it's going to sit by itself. Next, we can go ahead and grab onto our knuckle here. Begin to get that in position. We'll remove our bungee cord here. Set that aside. And then we'll line our ball joint up with the mounting point here. Now you may have to work this a little bit to get it in. This ball joint is pretty stiff. So now we'll go ahead and get our ball joint seated and install our provided castle nut. That should hold that in place. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten that down with our 19mm socket on our impact. Now we'll go ahead and install our provided cotter pin. You can bring mine in through the back here. Line that up. Then we'll grab our needle nose pliers and bend our tabs back for our cotter pin. You always want to make sure it's protecting the threads. No real wrong way to bend our cotter pin around, as long as it's stopping the nut from backing off. That is the principal concept for that cotter pin. Now we'll go ahead and get our sway bar end link back in place. Go ahead and pop that back in there. May need a little persuasion. And we'll go ahead and reinstall our nut. And we'll go ahead and tighten that back down with our 17mm socket on our impact. Next, we'll go ahead and grab our 19mm ratcheting wrench and our 19mm wrench. And then we'll go ahead and fully snug down our control arm bolt. Now we'll go ahead and reattach our brake line bracket. So this upper one here is now going to go on this stud. And then go ahead and put our provided 10mm lock nut on there. We'll go ahead and tighten that down with our 10 mil socket on our impact. We'll go ahead and get our other bracket back in. We'll pop that back in its locator. Reinstall our 12 millimeter bolt right here. And we'll tighten that back down with our 12 mil socket on our impact. Next, we'll go ahead and reattach our covers here. So our front one, push the clips back in. Same for our rear one here. And now once you have everything done for this side, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Freedom Off-Road front upper control arms for 2 to 4 inch lift for your 03 to 23 4Runner. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.